Hello, it's Jay Nimitz, realtor with NP Dodge and cooking enthusiast. So I have been making videos for like 8 weeks now, and I have started a YouTube channel called Jay Nimitz Realtor. You can find the link to that in the comments below. So if you want to catch up or if there's something you want to watch again, they're down on my YouTube channel. So check that out. Today, I am going to make chicken tortilla soup. So soup on Labor Day? Yeah, well, our Labor Day here today was rainy and about 60 degrees, and soup sounded good. So that's what we're gonna make. This is a family favorite of ours. And one of the key ingredients of it is chicken stock. And other than that, it's really just a crock pot dump soup. But the chicken stock is what can really make it great. So we're gonna talk about 3 different types of chicken stock you can use in that, from good to great. So to make it good, you would just use chicken stock from a carton like this. To make it medium, I'm gonna show you how to make some chicken stock while you cook the chicken. And then third, I'm gonna tell you how to make full-blown chicken stock. We're empty nesters now, there's only 2 of us. So I'm only making a half batch of this today, so I will show you the full batch recipe later. So to make chicken stock, what you need is chicken pieces. So this is the back. I spatchcocked a chicken last week, and this is the back that I tore out of that. And then you are also going to need just some vegetables. And so just a couple of carrots, a couple of stalks of celery, and an onion. And these can be just rough chopped. You're not gonna actually eat these. These are just to build up the flavor in the stock as it simmers. So I'm just gonna cut these up, and then we'll head over to put them into the stock pot and watch them cook. Over to the stove, we're starting to build our stock. So you start with a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the pan, and then you add all of these vegetables that I rough chopped up. And our chicken. Now again, this is a small batch. Normally I would make a much bigger batch, but since there's only 2 of us, and that's all of the chicken I have, this is how much we're making today. So you start with this, and we just want to brown this up to get some good color and a good base. So we're going to put a little salt and pepper on there and let it brown for a bit. So for this recipe, you need cooked chicken. So at the most basic or easiest, you could use canned chicken. We like to use boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and then we bake them. And to kick that up and to make that second level of stock, we start with a little boiling water, and then this stuff is magical, better than bouillon. I've been using it pretty much my whole life, and it's delicious. So you take that, add that to the water, and get that to dissolve. And then to that, I like to add a little bit of garlic. All of these things I would rather be using fresh, but I don't have it right now. So I'm using what I have. So this is the minced garlic from the store. We're gonna add a little bit of dried parsley and some thyme. So from there, we just stir that up, get it all mixed together. Then we pour that over the chicken. There. And then I have this cute Pyrex dish that I got from my grandma, but you could also put it in any dish that you want, cover it with foil, and then you want to bake it for 30 to 45 minutes until that chicken is at 160 degrees. Back to the high level chicken stock. We've let this brown a little bit here, and so we've got good color on the pan, some good color on the vegetables. So from there, we're just gonna add a little bit of garlic. Again, I wish this was fresh, but I don't have that at the moment. Just let that go until fragrant, just a few seconds really. Then we're gonna go ahead and add probably about a teaspoon of thyme. Again, this is a small batch, so you'll double this up if you wanna make more. And then some parsley as well. And then you cover all of that with water. You want to deglaze the pan as you add it to pull all of that flavor off the bottom of the pan. So then we're going to allow this to simmer for 4 to 6 hours. And simmer meaning just sitting here bubbling, making deliciousness for 4 to 6 hours. Periodically, as your stock is simmering, you want to pull the scum off of the top. So you see here you've got kind of bubbles of, I don't know what to call it, ick. And you just want to pull that off the top as you can. That doesn't taste good. So you want to try and keep that out of your finished product. Other times when we make this recipe, we have purchased a rotisserie chicken, pulled the chicken off of the carcass, used that in the soup, and then used the bones to make the stock. One of the great things about a recipe that requires time is you can do things like replace a toilet seat while you're cooking. What would Labor Day be without a little labor, right? This is gross. On with the new. Now let's get back to that chicken stock after I wash my hands. Chicken's been going for about 45 minutes. Let's check it out. All right. See what we have temperature-wise on the Thermapen. So we're right at 160. Perfect. So now we'll get this ready to go in with the rest of the ingredients. The chicken is ready. Now I'm going to take it and dice it up into small pieces to put into the crock pot to get ready to make the rest of the soup. Now I'm going to take the chicken stock that is left in the pan and pour it into the crock pot to be ready for the rest of the ingredients for the soup. Now it's time for the dump part of the soup. So we're going to take 1 can of Rotel with the liquid and add it to the crock pot. Next up is a can of corn drained. Then we're going to add a can of black beans. We want to drain and rinse these before we add them. And then a can of pinto beans, both drained and rinsed. After that, we add a packet of taco seasoning. I'm adding a half. If you're doing a full batch, you would add a whole. And then this is a packet of ranch seasoning. Again, I'm adding half. For a full batch, you would use a whole. So the stock has been cooking for about 4 hours and it looks amazing. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the rest of the items here in the crock pot. So here it is. Now again, you just want to cover what else is in the pot here. So we have enough stock with what we made cooking the chicken and then also with the additional stock we made. This soup is still delicious if all you have access to is just regular chicken stock. So you can just use this to either supplement what you make while cooking the chicken, or you can use just this along with whatever else. It's just that it is just a little bit more delicious when we make our own stock like we did today. So you're going to want to stir this together and just allow this to simmer on low for 4 to 6 hours. Time to finish up the soup. It's been about 4 hours, 5 hours on low. So at this point, we want to add the final 2 ingredients. We need, for our half batch, we're gonna use 1 cup of cheese. You can use cheddar, basically anything orange. We're using Mexican style. So you add that. And then 1 cup of sour cream, so half of a big deal like this. And then we want to stir that up, let it cook for a few more minutes, and then we'll put it in a bowl and have dinner. So we're finishing up the chicken tortilla soup. I know what you're thinking. Jay, where are the tortillas? There are these corn chips. Crunch them up, throw them on the top. Probably supposed to have those fancy little tortilla strips things. We never do. And then a little more cheese on the top. And there you have it. Chicken tortilla soup. Don't forget about the YouTube channel, Jay Nimick Realtor. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this because I know I'm going to enjoy eating it.